Well, welcome everyone to our first lesson in our time of Mystagogy of the RCIA. I want to congratulate all of you on receiving your sacraments of initiation. I know it's been a long journey for all of us, but as you are probably experiencing, it was well worth it. So to begin our lesson today, I'd like to read one of my favorite scripture passages from the Acts of the Apostles. They devoted themselves to the teaching of the apostles and the communal life, to the breaking of the bread and to prayers. Awe came upon everyone, and many wonders and signs were done through the apostles. All who believed were together and had all things in common. They would sell their property and possessions and divide them among all according to each one's needs. Every day, they devoted themselves to meeting together in the temple area and to breaking bread in their homes. They ate their meals with exultation and a sign of their heart, praising God and enjoying favor with people. And every day the Lord added to their number those who were being saved. I invite you to read more on the Acts of the Apostles. It's a wonderful document, scripture passage that really gives us kind of what was going on during the time of the early church. I'd like you to imagine yourself as part of that early church and witnesses to the spreading of the gospel message. I invite you to kind of pause the video now and to think about these two questions and your responses to them. Do you have the same sense of wonder and awe that the first disciples experienced? Are you filled with a desire to serve others and share what you have with those in need? I know we had a little debriefing on the Easter Vigil, and some of you participated in that debriefing. And it's just amazing to listen to the stories and what your experience is. It takes some time to unpack that. But now I ask, how do you feel now that you are part of the church? As I've mentioned time and time again, this is an initiation. So these are the sacraments of initiation. This isn't a graduation that you now just finish your studies, finish your formation, and that's it. It's over. We have now initiated you into the church. And so we have a lifetime now of a journey of faith together. So I want you to think about, how do you interpret the difference between learning and now living your faith? Part of being in the Catholic Church is to really witness to the joy of the gospel, to witness to the joy of our faith. And St. John of the Cross really gives us a great quote for that. The soul of the one who serves God always swims in joy, always keeps holiday, and is always in the mood for singing. It's a wonderful quote for us to think about and to kind of keep that in the front of our mind as we encounter people each and every day. So I'm going to read to you some quotes that you will find also in the handouts. I felt such a spiritual high during the Easter Vigil, but now everything else seems so ordinary again. I feel like I've graduated. I guess I don't have to keep coming to these RCIA sessions. I feel kind of confused. I spent so much energy preparing for initiation. Now, what do I do? I really love my new faith, but I still have questions. The more I learn, the more I realize I still need to learn. So these just are a few of the different feelings that people have, or the different statements that they're making. There are still questions, and I'm sure there's still questions for all of you. After I read those the quotes from those handouts, I want you to think about where you are in regards to your own feelings at this time. Our scripture is full of mountaintops and valley experiences. One of the best mountaintop experiences that we have is Jesus bringing his three apostles, Peter, James, and John, up to Mount Tabor, of which he is transfigured before them. It is for them a motivational experience that they have. You know, so many times they've been struggling not only with their own faith, but thinking that others will join Jesus's followers as well, yet it didn't seem to happen. And so through this transfiguration experience, this mountaintop experience, they now are able to go back down the mountain and to begin ministering once again. Our mountaintop experience, our transfiguration experience, is found in the Eucharist. It's an opportunity for us to know that we are experiencing the source and summit of our faith by our participation in the Eucharist. And that once we are sent forth to glorify the Lord by our lives, we then go back into the valley. We go back into the everyday life and encounter the living Christ in each and every one we meet. Our days will be full of mountaintop and valley experiences. So our beginning scripture that we had as we began our session is from Acts of the Apostles, chapter 2, verse 42. It is still true today. This is how we are called to live each and every day as followers of Jesus, as members of the Catholic Church, that we commit ourselves to the teachings of the apostles. These teachings for us are found in Scripture as well as in church teaching. We also devote ourselves to the communal life. We're not called to live in a vacuum. We're not called to be on an island, but we're called to be social beings and to live in community. We devote ourselves to prayer. And so hopefully you're finding that time for daily prayer each and every day. And then given the opportunity, at least once a week, to participate in the breaking of the bread in our Eucharistic celebration of the Mass. We offer here at Our Lady of Perpetual Help 3 opportunities a day, Monday through Friday, to participate in the Eucharist, 6:15 a.m., 8:30 a.m., and 12 noon. And then you know our weekend schedules as well. It's an opportunity for us to deepen our faith through these 4 practices: the teaching of the apostles through Scripture and church teaching, the communal life, prayers, and the breaking of the bread, or as we call, the Eucharist. We have an opportunity to continue our faith formation. It just doesn't end now, and I hope you're not thinking that it is, that it's all over, you know it all. I've been a priest for 27 years. I spent 10 years in the seminary. I still don't know it all. I am still learning, and I take every opportunity for ongoing formation. So we can continue to enter into the mysteries of the sacraments, continue to explore the mysteries of our faith by ongoing faith formation, and experience the mysterious presence of God through our relationships with others and ongoing service in the community. To live and learn means that we, in a way, get our hands dirty. There are many opportunities for us to serve others through a parish ministry or an outreach ministry. We subscribe to formed.org, formed.org, and you can sign up for online sessions. Consider it like a Catholic Netflix. There is Christ in Our Neighborhood, small faith communities of which you will break open the scriptures each and every week by focusing on the Sunday readings. And so I invite you to explore these different ways of which you yourself can keep updating yourself in the teachings of the church in your role as a follower of Jesus. This artistic rendition is from the conversion of St. Paul. Conversion is something we have to consider. It's not just something that happens once, but there is always this ongoing conversion. Conversion meaning to turn our hearts to God. And so during the process of conversion, there are many highs and lows. And I want to stress that perseverance is the key. You will have periods of doubts, and that's going to be very normal and are actually an important part of spiritual growth. Conversion is rarely a steady move in the right direction. So I ask you, how is your initial conversion different from your ongoing conversion you are now living? Once a month at Our Lady of Perpetual Help, we schedule a Welcome Sunday luncheon. This is an opportunity for parishioners or potential parishioners to get to know who we are as a parish community. One of the things that I stress is the importance of expectations. Expectations lead to a healthy relationship. And so it's important for us to know what the expectations are placed on us as parishioners of Our Lady of Perpetual Help, and what you can expect from the parish as well. What were your expectations of Jesus and the church as you went through this RCIA process? And did any of you go through any type of change in what your expectations were? Were your expectations met, or did they fall short? Or maybe you didn't have too many expectations, and what you experienced was very joyful and meaningful to you. St. Alphonsus Liguori is one of our great saints as well, and really devoted to the spiritual life. He reminds us that conversion must be a lifelong experience and not a single moment of passion or clarity. In other words, it's our day-to-day living. It's our perseverance in our faith. It's meeting the highs and lows of our days, but knowing that we are not alone, that Jesus walks with us, that we have been sealed with the gifts of the Spirit. And it is these gifts that we will not only be grateful for, but we will develop those gifts and we'll share those gifts. It's an opportunity for us to see the many blessings that God bestows on us each and every day, and how we use those blessings in order to continue in this faith journey. As people of faith, our lives are full of blessings and grace. Grace is God working in us. It's God working through us. And it's God with us so that we can live the life of Christ always and everywhere. Sometimes when I'm walking the school grounds and I'll encounter a student not having a great day, and I'll ask them what's wrong, they'll kind of tell me about how, this is such a horrible thing that's happening to them. And I remind them, I said, I want you to count all of your blessings and your graces that have happened during this day, and then count the things that you think are not doing so well. And I'll tell you, you'll count many more graces and blessings than you will those challenges and things you think are wrong. One thing I want to remind you is don't think that there won't be any more doubts as you begin your new life as a follower of Jesus, as a fully initiated member of the Catholic Church. Doubts can become catalysts to a deeper relationship or a closer union with God. We just have to allow these doubts to send us deeper into our faith journey, rather than to make them turn us away from God. Doubts can be unanswered questions or a restless mood. Whatever form they come to you, embrace them and use them to explore your faith more deeply. There may be times your doubts require you to seek spiritual counseling or coaching from a trusted friend or a spiritual advisor. You need to have the courage to reach out to them. Attached to this email that I sent through Flocknote, you'll find a attached file with Francis Thompson's The Hound of Heaven. I invite you now to pause this video and to go ahead and open that file and to read this beautiful poem. That's a beautiful poem, isn't it? Now I want to leave you with this question as you begin to ponder not only your questions that you still have, but realizing that this journey is a journey of ongoing conversion, of ongoing formation, and ongoing growth. When and how have I felt God's pursuit of me? And how have I responded to that? Once again, my thanks for participating in the RCIA process. We will have 7 more of these lessons that will be given to you, sent to you each and every week. May God bless you and keep you.